Jack, growing up in South Omaha, life was about sports. And after college, his sense of duty took him to Vietnam. In April 1969, a landmine changed Jack's life forever. The explosion took both legs below the knee. While recovering at the former Fitzsimmons Army Hospital, Jack went skiing for the first time. Even on prosthetic legs, this natural athlete learned quickly. Major Benedick stayed in uniform for another decade, the only double amputee on active military duty, collecting a host of medals, including 2 Silver Stars and 2 Purple Hearts. When Jack left the Army, he was eager to apply his discipline and sense of service to another life. He headed to the mountains of Colorado. Now back on snow, he wasn't content just to loop cruisers on the mountain. This competitor wanted to race. By 1979, he made the U.S. adaptive ski team. And in 1980, Jack was in the starting gate at his first Paralympics in Geilo, Norway, where he took home 3 top 5 finishes. At the '84 Paralympics in Innsbruck, he made the podium with a silver in alpine combined. Even though programs existed to introduce sports to the disabled, many therapists tried to protect them from the risks of taking it to the next level, into full-on competition. But Jack knew better. His push wound up putting him in charge of USSA's Paralympic program, a model for other Paralympic sports. Jack also lobbied for adaptive skiing to be internationally accepted by the FIS, a move that brought recognition from the President's Council on Fitness. But above all, Jack's energy was aimed at making a difference for athletes. He played a major role in Diana Golden's success, as well as the careers of 2 new rising stars, Chris Waddell and Sarah Will. And for their remarkable contributions to our nation's ski history, we proudly present them the highest medal awarded in these United States, the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame Medal of Honor.
Gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our first honoree in this group, Mr. Jack Benedick. Jack. You know, while Jack's coming up, those of us who have worked with him at USSA for many years learn so much about what it takes to accomplish a goal and what he pioneered. And watching him do that back in the 80s and having watched what it has manifested itself with the great Paralympic athletes we have in this country is really something special. So Jack Benedick, having been elected nationwide by your peers, the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Association, and the 15 million skiers across America, we hereby bestow upon you the highest medal of skiing awarded in these United States, the Ski Medal of Honor, and confer upon you induction into the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame on this day, April 9th, in Beaver Creek, Colorado. Congratulations, Jack Benedick.
Got some good friends here, both military and former team members. And I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with me for all these years. And one of the things that I've been fortunate to have with skiing involves one of the team members who's here. In 1988, Calgary Olympics, disabled skiing was an exhibition sport. And one of the German girls couldn't make it. And the next one in line was Deputy Gentile and now Captain Patty. And I got to call her. She was working at Gorshey's here in Vail to tell her she could come to the Olympics. She won a silver medal and was part of the women's sweep of the 1, 2, 3 in the giant slalom. And I'll always remember that. Thank you.
Jack, if you could wait one moment. Hey, Jack, don't go yet. We've got one more award. I'd like to introduce the former president and CEO of the U.S. Ski Association, who was instrumental, along with Jack, in getting adaptive skiing going back in the 1980s. And, you know, Jack, one of the things that we learned from you early on was that adaptive skiing was elite athletics. It was as elite as anything else that we were involved with as an athletic organization. So on behalf of the International Ski Federation, we'd like to present you with this FIS coat and thank you for all that you did to further the cause of adaptive skiing worldwide.
And the perfect strangers in this room who have helped me just have the greatest experiences of my life, and to be inspired by so many here, and Jack Benedick, who told me at one time, a fourth isn't good enough. I held on to that. So I can't say enough, just thank you so much. Thank you for Chris to go through this journey with me in touching so many people's lives who have touched mine, and I hope we stay together. And we are still the only sport out there that has après attached to our name. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. Bless you.
Jack is really the one that I think really took the disabled skiing to a new level that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Jack. Jack was the driving force behind everything that disabled skiing is today, I think. Would you agree with that, Dan? I would totally.
Well, Jack, I think Jack has, he does have that take no prisoners attitude. And he won't accept anything but your very best. He won't berate you for not, for failing, but he will drive you to be your very best. And he won't accept anything less. And I agree with Stefan. He made things happen for the U.S. Disabled Ski Team.
Jack is the reason we all did as well as we did, because he was a hard ass, which I'm sure you guys realize, because you all were really enough. But you know what? He was Dad, and we all called him Dad. And Patty, Porter, and I were his daughters, so he watched over us. But he held a tight ship, and he, because of him and because of all the work he did, disabled skiing went to where it went. I mean, he hired the best coaches. He made sure we had what we needed to succeed.
But let me add to that. Jack also knew how to have fun.
I was trying.
And even though he put on that hard-ass image, he always knew when to let everybody have a good time. And usually he was the ringleader right in the middle of it all. And also, even though he pretended to be such a hard-ass, I don't really believe he was such a hard-ass. Anyway.
He pretended to be the hard ass, but he really was a teddy bear. And Stefan's right. He was the leader of all the parties.
I don't remember.
Yes, I have one more story to tell about Jack and how much he stood up for us as disabled athletes. We were at a bar drinking one night, and there was some guy that started giving us a bit of trouble, the guys that were in wheelchairs. Jack jumped over the wall and about took this guy to the ground and had him by the throat. And he said, "Don't you f with my boys."